What's up, everybody? My name is Godzi, and welcome back to some more Umineko When They Cry Questions Arc. Last episode, we did the Chapter 2 regular tea party as well as the hidden tea party, and we met the crazy fuck Lambda Delta, who is hilarious and actually really cool so far. Fucking super paper. What a fuck. Why? Of all goddamn things that I would have to associate. I'm mandated now to associate super paper with her. So that's amazing, as if giving her the Natsuki voice and making papaya jokes wasn't enough. Now, fucking super paper, lovely. But regardless, it's time to go and do episode 3. I already read the description, so let's jump into it. The bell's still ringing, the door is opening, Christ, let's calm down. The story is very obviously fictional and fantastic in nature. Any resemblance to existing individuals, organizations, locations, or instances is entirely coincidental. That time I actually got through it. I don't think I got through it the second time. And the first time I didn't know how fast it was. So what bullshit are we starting with this time? Okay, piano. Alright, we're starting with a vase. Interesting. Okay, oh. We can actually go straight to these guys when- oh. Oh look, all of the goats! All of the goats! And the Seven Sisters of Purgatory and Beatrice. And does that just yeah, that just brings us back to reality tea. Reality tea. Alright, hopefully this time these three won't die instantly, so we can actually see them exist, you know? Whatever. The vase was very beautiful, rich with history and value. Even as young as I was, it still forced me to take a deep breath when I witnessed its beauty. Also, we've never seen this room. Of course, it was a member of Grandfather's favorite collection. So that I didn't accidentally destroy its fragile beauty, I was always given strict orders never to touch it. But that just made me want to touch it. Touch. It looked light, and yet so elegant that just glancing at it gave it an indescribable sense of dignity. I wanted to see what it felt like to touch a vase like that. However, just as Grandfather had said, it was a thing that shouldn't be touched. So it's one of the 4 cousins. I don't know. Something this beautiful should never be touched. Such beauty can only dwell in something so easily broken. Because of that, just a brush of a finger by someone like me would. Just like how a fun dream disappears with a poof when you wake up. It disappeared, fell, and broke into pieces. Oh, you touched the vase, you dumb idiot. I realized that, because of my own foolish curiosity, I had done something that couldn't be taken back. No matter how much I regretted it, no matter how much I apologized, the broken vase would not be returned to its original form. Grandfather will probably scold me. Probably very harshly. I ended up breaking into tears and sobbing, frightened. Is this... I don't fucking know anymore. As I did, I noticed something beautiful. Lightly dancing golden butterflies were coming towards me. What in the flying fuck? As mysteriously glowing golden dots shone in the air, the butterflies began to gather, one at a time. Oh, it's Beatrice. Beatrice, that reliable golden witch had arrived. Who's talking? Is this someone we don't even know? You are not Beatrice. And I do not remember you. The butterflies kept gathering until they formed a cloud, and then she was there. What fucking voice do I give? I'll give you an even more intense British voice, okay? She was always there for me. Whenever I was in trouble, she'd always appear and save me. Good day to you, princess. Actually, a more calm one. Good day to you, princess. Beatrice. Wah, heck heck. Oh my. Why are you crying so? And on a day so well suited for a tea party. I broke Grandfather's precious vase. Wah, Grandfather's gonna get mad at me. I don't know what to do. Heck. I'm gonna use a Wario voice whenever I don't know who's actually talking from now on, just to at least add to the comedy. I see, that is worrying. The master really treasured this particular vase, didn't he? Ho 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 ho. Imagining how we'll punish you scares even me. Beatrice, you're not Beatrice. Am I supposed to believe that you're fucking Beatrice? Because that's not you. Grandfather was a very frightening person. And when you failed to follow something he said even once, he would become so mad. with a rage that would make even the fallen angels in hell quiver. Since I knew that down to my bones, I couldn't do anything but tremble and cry. I possess no magic that can scoop up your fallen tears, princess. But if you need magic that will prevent the master from scolding you, I might be able to manage something.
Really?
Yes, if you'll be gracious enough to believe in my power, princess. The power of belief is the source of magic. Miracles only appear before those of great faith.
Is this Jessica, perhaps? I'll just pretend it's Jessica.
I believe in your power, Beatrice. So please, fix this vase, please. If that is what you want, princess, then leave it to me, Beatrice.
When she extended her index finger, a golden butterfly softly landed there and changed its form into her favorite cane.
Cane?
You're definitely not Beatrice. Where's your fucking pipe?
But even that was enough to give me a small glimpse at Beatrice's wonderful and awesome magic power. She pointed her cane at the broken vase, and just like a child's lullaby, she began speaking the magic words. Come, try closing your eyes, and try to remember. What form did you have? It was surely a very, very beautiful form. Please show me that form one more time.
Were they words, or was it a song? No, it had to be magic.
I'm confused. After all, can't you see? The pieces of the vase are rapidly gathering together, gently returning to the place where they'd been on display, reassembling into their original form. Incredible!
You haven't opened your eyes at all, quote-unquote, Beatrice. It's Kirigiri, Beatrice, oh no!
See? Now it's back to normal. This way you won't have to get yelled at by the master.
Okay, who are you, and who was actually the other person whose sprite we never saw? Okay, I'm confused.
Beatrice, you really are amazing. You can fix broken vases like it's nothing. That's not true. Returning something broken to its original form is a very, very difficult thing to do. My magic can only make it remember what it once was for a short time. Question mark? But the vase really turned back to the way it was, right? Correct. But that doesn't mean the vase has avoided its fate of being broken. All I did was temporarily get the broken vase to remember its form before it broke. I have not yet attained the high levels of magical power that might be used to restore a broken fate to its original form.
At that time, the high-pitched scream of a servant could be heard from inside the mansion.
Oh no! I dropped it! Damn it, Kumasawa!
When I went to see what had happened, I noticed that several of the servants had gathered and were cleaning up the remains of the broken vase. From what they said, it seemed a black cat had sneaked in from somewhere and had climbed up on the vase, causing it to break. I understood the meaning of Beatrice's words. At the moment I broke the vase was broken. Beatrice let me see the vase being restored, but that was a temporary thing. It didn't mean she'd changed the fate of the vase being broken. Instead, the vase remembered its true fate and broke. However, the one who broke it wasn't me, but a cat that had snuck in.
That's right.
Oh wait, that's right. Beatrice never said let's fix the vase. She said she'd prevent the master from scolding me. Well, that's preferable. The fate of the vase breaking hadn't changed, but the fact that I broke it certainly has. Beatrice cleverly saved me from danger with that magic.
It is very easy to break something. After all, you didn't need magic to break that vase, princess.
Then, is fixing stuff really hard?
It is. It's so hard that you broke down crying, unsure of what to do.
Does that mean magic is easier to use when doing terrifying things? That breaking and killing is really easy, but fixing and reviving things is really hard?
That's right. With magic, it is far easier to break and kill. That's why weak witches lose to temptation and become intoxicated with gathering easy power for themselves, neglecting their true magical training. Real magic is the power to repair, to revive, to summon happiness that has disappeared, to summon love that has grown cold. And it can even summon a smile to the face of a princess who has forgotten how.
Then Beatrice, since you managed to fix that vase, does that mean you're an incredible witch?
My days of training are far from over. After all, I couldn't make the vase forget its fate for even an hour. I'm sure my teacher, who taught me magic, would have been able to restore the vase to its original form forever.
So if it kept breaking and breaking, she'd be able to fix it over and over again? Wait, what if this is like a different... area, because I don't recognize any of these backgrounds so far. What if this is a different timeline? I don't know. Yes, when one reaches that level, they are considered to be an endless witch. That is the endless level that all witches ought to reach. We offer the utmost respect to those witches and call them by that title. An endless witch? That's right. To witches with the power to mend things endlessly, the concept of breaking doesn't even exist. They are released from all the sadness caused by losing things and are promised eternal bliss. Certainly, the human world is full of sadness caused by separation and loss. To escape that sadness, people pray to gods and ask for the power to withstand their sadness, believing it to be a test. In other words, a human's life is a journey, searching for a way to withstand sadness. In that case, a witch who could revive all things would be freed from all sadness in the world. Simply put, that would mean eternal bliss. I wonder if I could become a witch like you and gain eternal happiness. You, princess? It is a long, long, difficult path, you see. I remember when I got suspicious of suspicious of Kumasawa, rather, last arc for a time, because Beatrice was going, and now that I think about it, Lambda Delta was also going ho ho ho, and so is Silver Beatrice, so that's fun. I want to become a witch. I want to find happiness. Beatrice, I want to become your disciple. Do you have even a trace of doubt in that feeling? No, I want to become a witch too. I understand. Then until you get tired of me, I will make you my disciple. Will you call me teacher? Yes, teacher. That's a good answer. Then from now on, learn the depths of magic along with me. I am also in training. Let us both learn the proper use of magic, doing our best to reach that blissful level. Yes, teacher. Maybe witches go through like a ranking system based on their hair color, and since this one's silver, this is still Beatrice, but she eventually became gold? But then I don't know who this disciple is. Is this disciple, like, one of the others? I don't know. What the fuck is even going on? I don't get it. Oh look, it's real Beatrice. Ah, a dream. That face takes me back. An endless witch, was it? That rank I'd yearned for in the past as the highest possible achievement was now just another one of my titles. Oh fuck. That person who broke the vase was Beatrice. And that silver witch is, like, her master? The other Beatrice? No, you might even call it my calling card. Every once in a while, being called that can be quite satisfying. I trained so many days to achieve that rank. It'd be a bit of a waste if I never got a chance to appreciate it. She shook her head lightly. If it's the highest possible level, that means there's nothing higher. An eternal dead end, the beginning of eternal boredom. I remember what teacher told me. Yeah, it was her. When one is released from all sadness, it is the same as eternal bliss. That's what makes me think that teacher couldn't ever have reached that level. Eternal bliss means eternal boredom, and that's the beginning of eternal torture. But it all depends on how you look at it. Eternal boredom is the same as a sketchbook that doesn't run out of pages. It means you can draw whatever you want, can try to have as much fun as you want. Boredom is the worst sort of poison, which kills all witches. Even those great witches who are given the title Lady fear it. It is the eternal poison that tortures them because of the eternal bliss they've reached. So, can guys not become witches? That's me. What's a male witch? Maybe that's what sorcerers are. Because I know they've described Kinzo as a sorcerer, so that might be I don't know. Now that I've earned the name of Endless Witch, I truly wish I could speak with teacher again. Is happiness really what lay at the end of our training? And just what is happiness? I wish I could talk with her about that now. Training has no end. When you think you've reached the eternal level, that's exactly the time to bemoan your own immaturity. I recalled those words as though she'd answered me directly. I see, so I'm immature, am I? How amusing, how truly amusing you are. Oh fuck. The sound of painfully shrill laughter rang out. It was coming from my furniture. What, did they break their toy again? Oh, hi, you were Beelzebub, right? Beatrice, this guy stopped moving again. And I don't know you. Which one were you? We're gonna have to jump through. This one. Mammon. Okay. So, you're gonna get like a really bitchy voice since you look really bitchy. And I haven't had nearly enough fun yet. What a pathetic man. And you were... Fuck. I don't get it. Who are you all? Which one are you? Show me. Which one is it? Oh my fucking... There we go. Leviathan. Okay. But I haven't gotten a chance to play at all yet. Let me play. Let me play. You were Satan. I remember that. Be silent, filth. If you keep devouring him like starving dogs, of course he'll keep breaking right away, no matter how well Beatrice fixes him up. And I don't know who you are. Fuck. Oh, you're this one. Belphegor. Okay. You were Sloth, so I'll give you like a slow voice. You broke him the most, Satan. You just don't know what holding back means. I know you're Lucifer. My apologies, Beatrice. Please forgive my stupid little sisters. Fix him quickly. I'm next. Must you keep up that infernal racket? Eep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All 7 of them eeped. A single yell was all it took to make the 7 noisy sisters of the 7 stakes vanish. Fuck. Noisy sisters of the 7 stakes. Noisy sisters of the 7 stakes. That sounds like... That's like an easy tongue twister. All they do is mess around, having as much fun as they want breaking him. They only come to me to clean up afterwards. Truly, this furniture never leaves me bored. Once the furniture hid themselves, all that remained was a sloppy mess. The last remnants of a broken toy. It had no form anymore. And who... It's hard even for me to remember its original form in this state. Better to make it remember for itself, perhaps. Oh well. I waved my golden pipe. Then I spoke. I chanted. I made it remember. Come, try to remember. What form did you have? After all, right now, you pretty much look like a huge lump of scrap meat. I've no idea which part is your arm and which is your leg. Unless you remember, I won't even be able to recall your face. By the power of magic, the pitiful pieces of meat began to remember what their form had been. Which part should go with which part, and where should join with where. That's right, just like that. No, you should be a finger on the left hand. That's the right hand. That's it. Good. Good morning. Have you woken up, Ushiromiyas Bachelor? Why are you having the 7 sisters kill him over and over? How ironic that your true nightmare begins after you awaken. Ow. If you would just accept that I am a witch, you'll quickly wake up from this nightmare and I'll send you to heaven. I am the king of Mount Purgatory. There's no escape from this hell without my approval. Shouldn't you be a queen, rather? You call this hell? That's just useless. It's all useless. I'm impressed you can still talk like that. After experiencing the pain of death not once, like any normal human, but more times than I could count with all of my fingers. This is why I never get bored. I never get bored of you. Yeah, no boredom problem here. After all, I get my pick of those massive sisters with the dazzling asses in my harem. Wow, okay, yeah, treat those fucking demons like a harem. These literal 7 twins who all look the same, and some of them are just awful. Like, that one's awful. She's probably calm. She's awful. She's awful. She's really awful. I feel like Belphegor is probably the only one who's nice, and maybe Lucifer? Because the rest of them kill you over and over, and where is Lucifer? There. Yeah, this one, well, she's arrogant, so maybe she's not very present. I don't know. Thanks to that, I'm not likely to get bored for a while now. That's splendid. Otherwise, I would get bored too. So, my furniture, I fixed him so you can play as much as you want. Ah, shit, you were Mammon, I think? Thank you very much. Yeah, all mine. I told you, your turn's over. I'm next. Get away from him. Wah! Wonderful, isn't it, Battler? Look how popular you are. Popular guys have it rough. Get in line, freaks. If you just stayed obedient instead of acting tough, this would go much easier. Nah, he's good. Nah, he's good like this. His screams feel him so much better. Okay, let's not break him so quickly this time. Did you all hear me? You aren't running this show. Battler, let's continue where we left off, okay? After they locked Jessica's room with the master key, how did they return the key to the corpse's pocket, which was inside the room? Oh, are they like killing him if he gets the wrong answer? Huh. Well, maybe. That's it. They used a fishing line or something. Sending just the key into the room through the crack of the door? Yeah! Wrong! So naive. Oh, the furniture can go red too? Of all the doors that exist on Rokanjima, none has a crack through which a key can slip. He was wrong, right? Okay, this time it's me, my turn. Where should I strike? Me, back of the hand. What? No fair. Okay, then I got the back of his other hand. I'll take the tip of his nose. Are they killing Battler again? Why? Let me do it too. Let me strike too. Wah! Fucking hell, Leviathan. Don't be so slow, Levia. We've always done first come, first serve. Okay, I'll take the top of his foot. Ah, me too. I'll take his shoulder, okay? Okay. Your sisters, right? Play nice with each other, okay? And then you... Oh yeah, she's the slowest one, of course. I can't believe you're still resisting. Why haven't you realized that your false courage actually gets us fired up? Sorry, but false courage and being stubborn are my specialties. No matter how you all try to confuse the issues, I definitely won't accept witches and magic. Even though you can't explain anything with humans and tricks? Are you stupid? Know your place. It's okay, we don't have to force him to accept it. Soon he'll want to accept it so hard he'll start crying. Even now, he really wants to kneel down on the ground pitifully and beg our forgiveness. Rip Battler. Ah, he's broken already. Beatrice. Oh well. Since they know I can revive him over and over, my furniture won't even hesitate to break him. Good grief. Giving eternal rebirth and eternal death at will. Before the endless witch Beatrice, all death in life has no meaning. Even death can't become the key to escape from my cage. Come, Battler. Remember your original form again. I'll toy with you to my heart's content, understand? I see. How truly pleasant to have a toy to play with for all eternity. Ah, could this be the endless bliss witches gain at the endless level? I see. Yes, this bliss certainly is amusing. Yeah! I'll revive you over and over, kill you over and over. Let's see, what kind of murder play will unfold on the next game board? Come, bring it in. Let the next game begin, Ushiromiyas Bachelor. Fuck. So those Purgatory sisters are bitches, and they're doing... okay. This again. Hooray. Well, they're not doing some, like, stupid elongated opening where it's just like, oh yeah, these are all the characters in this, okay? When They Cry 3, again, this is the third time we've seen this opening. Unless they changed some things now that we know magic people exist, so woo. They probably didn't. It's probably just the same stuff. It is. God damn it. Make it at least a little bit original. Yeah, we know. Hi, Maria. Yay, congrats. You're smiling and you're creepy. Hi, Battler. What's that over there? And Jessica and George looking really weird with that old sprite. These old sprites are really weird. Some of them are good. Like, Natsuhi's is pretty good. But then there's people like Kumasawa. And Goa. Eva's is kind of weird looking also. Kyrie's is weird. Rudolph's is super weird. Goda's is scary though. He was like, "Hi, I'm Goda." And yep, blood on Maria's face, even though that's not a sprite in the game. A wine bottle, that's, well, that alcohol in general, that's Kinzo's absinthe, right? Welcome to Rokenjima. Hooray, yeah, we did it, yay. Woohoo. Now what? Okay, white. Water. So now what? Hi, Rudolph. Don't die too early this time, damn it.
Dang. Too bad Sis hates cigarettes so much.
Sorry, she's been pretty grumpy since last night. Please don't hold it against her. Rudolph and Hideyoshi went out onto the deck and took out some cigarettes. Eva had always hated the smell of cigarettes, but when she was in a bad mood, she got even more sensitive to them. When they decided to smoke casually until they reached the island, the two of them had gotten yelled at and chased out onto the deck. Fuck you guys! Do you really think I want my brother and my husband to die of lung cancer? Not happening! So leave, and smoke, or don't smoke. So there. Hideyoshi tried to use his lighter, but the strong winds gave him some trouble. Rudolph took out a Zippo with a smooth gesture and let Hideyoshi borrow the flame.
When did you start smoking cigarettes, Hideyoshi?
Just after the war. In the beginning, I was rolling them. Then I started using what I sold. After the war? So they're in Japan, so that... And it's the 80s, but you're like... You're probably in your 50s, Hideyoshi, which means... The 80s, which means you were like 10?
So you were already smoking when you met Sis. Bet she's always telling you to stop.
I've never listened to her, so she's already completely given up on that. Men gotta be stubborn times like these. Hideyoshi laughed heartily, but Rudolph snickered. After being scolded by Eva, they'd escaped to the deck together with their tails between their legs. There was little doubt who had gotten her way in that exchange. Well, it's just more common courtesy rather than giving up, you know? She isn't really so short-tempered. In fact, she's usually a more gentle, quiet woman. Every year she changes when this day comes.
Is that so? To me, she just looks like the Sis we've all known so long.
That's just it. She's back to being Eva of the Ushiromiyas family, but that ain't the Eva I know.
Well, I know why she's grumpy. This family conference is gonna be a pain.
What a pain. Got that right. There's that plan to threaten money out of Kraus. We may just call it a family conference, but it's gonna be just a sibling fight at this rate. Before the family conference, 3 of the siblings had made a secret pact without Kraus. We know! They were all facing urgent situations and needed a lot of money fast. And the only one they could turn to was Kraus, who spoke for the Ushiromiyas head now that Kinzo spent his time shut up in his study.
Leave me be, I'm reading some hentai.
For a long time now, they'd vaguely sensed that Kraus was taking advantage of the fact that Kinzo had lost interest in his own wealth. And they suspected that he'd started embezzling that wealth to suit his own purposes. Despite being disgusted by this, they'd turn a blind eye to it while everything was still going smoothly for them. But now that they needed money, they really couldn't afford to let it slide. Eva had asked Rudolph and Rosa to form an alliance, and they were now scheming to take that money away from Kraus. Rudolph, both you and I are company presidents. We're responsible for the livelihood of our employees.
Rosa's a president too. Well, as a hobby.
Really? She manages a design company, but she has yet to start taking it seriously, and its financial situation is far from favorable. I see. Okay. Then how does she make a living? Basically, we've all got responsibilities.
Now that I've thrown down the gauntlet in front of the executive board, I've got to bring in the money, even if it means getting down on my knees or drinking mud.
Same here. I can't betray the employees who've trusted me and followed me for so long. That's why I need to get some money out of Kraus, even if I have to grab him by the neck.
Bro and Sis have always been at each other's throats, and now she's got to challenge Bro head on. It's no wonder she's on edge.
So, Eva really has had a bad relationship with Kraus since long ago?
Hasn't she talked about it? They were always at each other's throats.
She never talks about the past, even if I ask. She probably doesn't want to remember. I mean, that makes sense. It seems like the siblings didn't have that much of a good relationship, except maybe Rudolph with his older siblings, at least. Rosa hated Rudolph, apparently. She's always been brainy and shrewd. Her grades were good, too. Compared to that, Bro was just average. The simple fact she existed would have been pressure enough, but she kept boasting about it and driving him into a corner. That fool. Why drive him into a corner so openly? I'd hardly call that shrewd. Ha ha ha. No kidding. Sis regretted being born a woman, so she probably couldn't forgive, Bro, since he was chosen to succeed the head just because he was a man. Well, then I would have been older anyways, whether Eva was Eva or Evan. She'd always boast to Dad, letting him see that she was better at every little thing. Father really is an old-fashioned person. Gender discrimination was part of his system of values. Fuck women. Get money. I'm reading hentai because I hate women. I bet Eva's eagerness to prove herself has made him dislike her a bit. Dots. Shit, you right. Wait, I should be saying that. Shit, you right. Now what? Okay, black and white, and it fades back in. Okay, this is probably Natsuhi. We just jumped over to the mansion, I guess. Wouldn't you say schooling for women is like sugar and black tea? The taste is dull and flat without it, but too much ruins the whole thing. Since you can still drink black tea without sugar, he was in effect saying that there was no need for women to study. Oh, is this, Kraus then? Those infuriating words were what Brother hurled at me in my despair, when I asked to go to college only to be denied by Father. Wait, what's going on? I protested that I needed to build up proper dignity and an education as the oldest daughter in the Ushir. Oh, this is Eva? Is Eva... Did we just skip to the island? Making college an essential next step. But when it came down to it, Father and Kraus's answers were exactly the same. How conceited for a woman. I've never taken the Ushiromiya name lightly, not once since I was born into it. And I've been even more careful not to take my father's name, Ushiromiya Kinzo, lightly. Our family is an old one, with many traditions, but it lost its wealth and business in the Great Kanto earthquake, pushing it to the brink at one point. That was when Father took control with his ingenious talent, reviving it to be even greater than it had been before. Not once did I forget that I was the daughter of that great Ushiromiya Kinzo. That's why I always made every effort to become worthy of that name. I needed dignity worthy of the Ushiromiyas family, schooling, manners, and leadership. Even if I couldn't quite reach Father's level, I deepened my knowledge in economics and finance, trying to improve myself so I could be of use to him at any time. However, in the end, Father never acknowledged my efforts. To Father, a woman was only meant to support a man, and nothing further than that was permissible. When was it that I came to understand that? It may have been as early as my childhood years, but I was going to have to wait until I grew up before I could truly accept it. Compared to me, you couldn't have said that Kraus, my older brother of 2 years, worked hard at all to become deserving of the Ushiromiya family name. He told me many times since my early childhood that he would naturally succeed Father, simply because he was born a man. He kept on repeating that, as though it formed an uncrossable gap between us. I couldn't stand it. Even though I always got better grades than Kraus, even though I became class president when he never managed more than vice president, even so, not George, what? Kraus was considered to be the appropriate successor to the Ushiromiya family just because he was a man. Of course, you could find gender discrimination everywhere in those days. No, it was even considered a virtue in that era. During that despicable time, parents said that when a woman is born, she obeys her parents. When she gets married, she obeys her husband, and when she gets old, she obeys her children. Okay. So is Eva just reminiscing right now? That's probably what happened. But that was exactly why I wanted to turn that on its head. Innocently, I kept trying to prove that I was the most fit. However, I eventually realized that all my efforts had been doomed from the beginning. Wouldn't you say schooling for women is like sugar and black tea? The taste is dull and flat without it, but too much ruins the whole thing. What do you mean by that, Kraus?
Just as there are roles that only men can fill, there are also roles that can only be filled by women, correct? I do believe giving birth to children, raising them, and supporting the master of the house are roles that can only be filled by women.
Are you saying there's no need for a woman to work or study?
I wouldn't go that far. Talking to an unschooled woman is tiring and nothing more. However, women are even more tiring when they're too smart. I don't have self-esteem problems, I promise. I do believe that a woman as violently assertive as you would bring no end of hardship to her future husband. Big oof.
Are you trying to say that a woman has to marry and hide in the shadow of her husband? That's none of your business.
Though you're my younger sister, I can look up to you for the respect you hold for father and your desire to become a daughter worthy of him. Even I am capable of feeling respect for such noble sentiments.
That's just disgusting. What's this about noble sentiments? I'd call that flowery prose coming from you. Are you pretending to be the head already?
The decision that I should succeed the headship has been established from the very beginning. And yet you seem to be laboring under the illusion that you might become the head. Hence the useless and reckless efforts you've expended thus far.
Reckless efforts? Is it really that bizarre for me to say I want to go to college?
Yes, it is bizarre. You undoubtedly are the oldest daughter of the glorious Ushiromiyas family. One day you will support that family crest by being wed to the partner most valuable for father. However, excessive learning is not what's being asked of you. What you need are gentle feelings that will allow you to care for your husband, the ability to handle housework, and a humble demeanor that will reflect well on the master of your household. Is this why she's so bent on making George surpass Jessica? It's probably why. These are all skills you lack utterly. In the end, can you really call yourself a suitable daughter of the Ushiromiyas family?
I have no intention of being some secluded lady. I just want to become the person most capable of assisting father at his work.
Then shouldn't you do so in a manner befitting an Ushiromiyas family daughter? What is it with you? You're still mannish even at your age, and you've never learned how to wear makeup in a way that will please men, much less how to cook and do housework. I hear you've even been learning how to brawl.
So what if I main Sheik in Smash Bros? That's rude. The martial arts aren't brawling, they're a perfect way to train and discipline the mind. And when it's needed, I take more than enough care to act as a woman should. What are you trying to say? That women should be slaves who work for men, so I mustn't be so forward?
It isn't elegant to say it out loud, but I think a few unpleasant words are necessary in order to correct your mistake. So let me say it plainly. Women exist to serve men, and men exist to provide for women. A woman's job is to protect a man's back, to protect his house and raise his children. I'm glad that I gave Kraus like a really douchey voice. What? Don't call me a douche. I'm not a douche, you just gave me the same voice as a douche. No, you're just a douche. I'm not a douche. Most women realize this without being told. They realize it on their own. But even after all these years, you still haven't realized that about yourself. So I've decided to clear away that misunderstanding for you before you leave this family. You ought to thank me.
This is an insult to all women. I'm going to post this shit on BuzzFeed. No, wait. I have never thought of myself as a woman, and I never depended on anyone because I'm a woman. How am I inferior to you, Kraus? In grades and accomplishments, in everything, I'm better. So how can you look down on me when you have nothing I lack except the fact that you're a man?
It's about knowing one's place. Ah, shit. This fucking shit again. Eva did the same thing to Shannon, and now Kraus is doing it to Eva, and then Kinzo's gonna fucking do it to Kraus, and then Beatrice is gonna do it to Kinzo, and then Battler's gonna do it to Beatrice, and then Rudolph's gonna do it to Battler, and then the cycle just restarts from there. Every day I have been raised with the readiness of one who will be head. In the future, that preparation will surely become essential. But you are different. Even though you will marry and lose the Ushiromiyas family name, you're being trapped by this unnecessary illusion.
What's your complaint? Even if you had been born a
What's your complaint? Even if you had been born a man, the successor to the headship still probably wouldn't have been you. Why are you so unsatisfied that you insist on attacking me even now?
What's my complaint, you say? Brother, you're always like that! Looking down on me because you'll succeed the head, even though... What's my complaint, you say? I've got a billion of them. Grudges, hard feelings, humiliations that I'll never forget kept floating through the back of my mind. They all built up at the same time, coming out of my throat as a shameful moan. Oh, fuck.
What are you kids doing? Didn't I tell you to not make noise? What's all this noise? God isn't the only one who holds silence as a virtue.
Father! Father! He'd probably overheard our sibling fight. Father entered with a clearly unhappy face.
Kraus, are you fighting with your siblings again? Why don't you have the dignity to act as a leader for your brothers and sisters? How shameful! I'm embarrassed to hear this from my eldest son.
In a flash, he struck Kraus's face. Father, stop! I readied myself to be struck in the same way, but I wasn't hit. My apologies, Father.
Dignity isn't the only thing you lack. There's much more. You're immature in everything. And even so, you pretend like you're an adult. Realize that it's 100 years too early for you to talk like that and devote yourself to your studies. Don't make me lament my son's incompetence anymore.
Yes, I will continue to strive so that I can become a person... Wait, is this Kraus then? Yes, I will continue to strive so that I can become a person worthy of succeeding you, Father. It was as if those words were directed at me. Even when he was being yelled at by Father, he was still bragging to me about how he was special, about how he was a successor. I just couldn't stand it and finally spoke what was on my mind, even though I realized that it would be improper for a member of the Ushiromiyas family to do such a thing. Father, please tell me how I'm inferior to him. I've tried so hard, studied so hard to become a person who won't bring shame to your name. Please tell me how I'm inferior. How can I improve myself enough to earn your acknowledgement?
That again? How many times do I have to say it before you'll understand? I expect nothing from you. Women should be women and just learn how to cook and sew. You aren't prepared at all as a woman. In you, I don't see a trace of the mindset needed to serve one's husband, to earnestly devote oneself to a man's needs. What good are you as a woman? Don't you realize that you're a daughter of the Ushiromiyas family? And yet, you only want to learn things so that you can act like a man. Your duty is not to imitate Kraus. Don't you even understand your own duty?
As a member to the Ushiromiyas family, I won't bring shame to your...
That's it. That's where you're already wrong. Your duty is to marry out of the family and bring me a man who is profitable to me. And then you will devote yourself to your husband, give birth to children, and multiply. Be a good wife who brings praise to your husband's family. Just what is it that you can do to please a man? Do you think you can make tea? Do you have any talent in cooking? You have nothing. All you've done is try and mimic Kraus, haven't you? Kraus will succeed the Ushiromiyas family. If you are unsatisfied with that, then you are disobeying me.
Are you saying you'll refuse to listen to what I
Wait. Are you saying you'll refuse to listen to what I say even though you're my daughter? Get out! You're disinherited! I won't let you call yourself an Ushiromiyas! Disinherited! Disinherited! Oh!
I guess I see where I got it from. Father, hang in there. Please calm down.
Genji, could you bring some water?
Oh, I'm here too. Yes, immediately.
Eva, leave this place. He doesn't mean what he says. I will calm him down. Disinherited. If you won't listen to me, you're disinherited.
Father was coughing pretty badly, and Brother patted his back, as if it was a duty that was naturally his. It was so vexing for me to let him take that duty for all himself right there. If I carelessly approached Father at that moment, then I would probably be the one to get hit next. However, I fearlessly tried to approach Father's back. Genji blocked me. Eva, perhaps it would be better if you stepped outside for now. The master is not in a good mood today. But...
Why are my children so incompetent? Kraus is lacking in dignity. Eva is always a stubborn tomboy. I have no son who's like a man and not even a daughter who's like a woman. Where did I go wrong raising them? Why, Genji? When and where did I go wrong?
Master, you haven't done anything wrong. Kraus has grown into a sturdy son and Eva into a lovely daughter. You haven't made any mistakes.
How can you say that? What's so lovely about her? Far from a lady, she's always acting like a man. Disinherited. Disinherited!
Father, that's just what I'm always telling Eva. Eva has promised that she will have a change of heart and act like a lady. Couldn't you postpone that decision for just a little longer?
Who's a lady? Disinherited. Disinherited.
Go quickly and leave this to me. Kraus gave me a look telling me that. So Kraus genuinely cares about Eva. He just thinks she's being kind of a bitch for wanting to do better than him. And succeed him, I guess. Did I take the wrong path, just like father and brother said? True, I never studied how to be a lady. Everything I've learned was done in the hopes that I could help father someday. But is that really true? Haven't I always been trying to compete with brother, with whom I'd had a bad relationship since I was a young girl? Because I wanted to steal his position as successor and show him a thing or two? I like how they actually had Genji and Kinzo's sprites, but then it's just like they don't have sprites for a younger Kraus or a younger Eva. It's kind of weird. Every chance he gets, brother tells me that men should be manly and women should be womanly. I've been tormented by this unfair discrimination just because of my gender. Something people are born with and can't do anything about. I resisted, endeavoring to this very day to study and prove that I'm not inferior despite being a woman. But that doesn't mean my love of learning comes entirely from a stupid complex I've got... But doesn't that mean my love of learning comes entirely from a stupid complex I've got against brother? Father wanted me to become a lady with whom he could go out in public and not be embarrassed. Did I betray his hopes, earning good grades and threatening Kraus just to satisfy a childhood resentment? Oh, what? She does have a sprite. Fucking look at her. That's what Eva looked like back then? She looks a lot like Rena, honestly. Oh, motherfucker. Don't tell me there's parallels between Eva and Rena. If that was the case, I'd have to call Eva best girl, and you're telling me that. Oh, Christ. I guess I have to give her a higher pitched voice now? That's not it. He swore to me, saying I will become the successor to the Ushiromiyas family. Hugh. Oh. That was someone else talking. The one whispering to me was the me of my years as a young girl, born inside my heart on the day I made that oath. That's right, she was my only ally. When things got difficult, when I felt like I was about to get crushed by it all, she'd always quietly appear and support me. When I ran into roadblocks and despaired, she would always appear and support me. When I grew up and the memories of my childhood years faded, I also started to forget my conversations with her. I, Ushiromiyas Eva, will definitely become the head of the Ushiromiyas family. And I'll triumph over that irritating, arrogant Kraus. On that day, we promised to do our best together to achieve that. That's right, we promised. On that day, I promised that I would become the successor to the Ushiromiyas headship. On that day, when I had been overcome with sadness, wondering why I was even alive, you appeared from inside me and lent me your strength. Father didn't accept me. I wanted to teach Kraus a lesson. I believed that doing this would let me say goodbye to that wretched creature I once was. For a time, I truly believed that my life had no purpose other than to be looked down upon by Kraus. It's painful just remembering those days. They're a wound, a crack inside my heart. She taught me how to sew up that wound. I turned my anger into effort and improved myself, trying to become a person more worthy of the headship than Kraus was. Trying to triumph over him by making Father accept me. It was my perfect revenge. I was vaguely aware that a woman couldn't possibly become the family head, but I thought that maybe, if I could prove myself valuable enough to overturn that premise, then surely even Father would select me to be his successor. If that happened, then I'd be able to have the greatest and most perfect revenge against Kraus, who always acted like his succession to the headship was completely inevitable. That's right. If we can manage that, the wounds in our heart will be healed. We promised each other to do our best until that day comes. And now you're saying you're gonna break that promise? Scum. Coward. If only you'd just give up and die. She's that kind of kid, okay. Even though she looked like me as a kid, she was still another me. Her tongue was sharp because it was mine. Oh, so this is probably older Eva, then. Okay. It makes me pretty mad hearing that, even from myself. You have no right to speak of me like that. Then let's use that anger to fuel our learning. Changing anger into power is my magic. Magic? Oh, fuck. Eva's a witch, too? Why is everyone a witch? I've saved you from a bunch of tight spots with that power, letting you succeed when you shouldn't have. As long as you have my magic, there's nothing you can't do. That's right. Anger has always been my driving force. I wonder when it was I forgot that. Oh god, is she one of those smug ones too? God, she's like every archetype already. If you can remember me again, that magic will become ours once more. Come on, let's turn that anger into power and study even harder, okay? I know we've still got a lot to learn. Let's go to college, study more and more, get excellent grades, and drive Kraus into a corner. That guy acts like we're nothing, but I'm sure he feels pretty well cornered in the inside. If only he'd just learn his place and die. If he did, we could become the head. Rudolph won't take the job. That kid can't go against us. Stop that. No matter how much more I study, Father still won't accept me. Why not? Father told me to be womanly. Because I'm a woman, no matter how hard I tried, Father wouldn't have passed the headship on to me, even if I had been born before Kraus. No matter how much effort I put in, I can't become anything more than a woman. I won't be acknowledged. Kraus doesn't try at all, but I can't surpass him. He'll look down on me forever. Father and Kraus are the worst kind of male supremacists. Male supremacists! If only they just die. Is Eva a feminist? Well, I mean, she's not entirely wrong in what she's saying. Those two are, like, being fucking really sexist. But whatever. She cursed them for my sake. Words that I couldn't say so easily, she said for me. Even though I understand that she's just another part of myself inside of me, I feel like she's the only ally I have who can sympathize with me. However, while sympathy might do a lot to calm my heart, it won't do anything to improve my current situation. In the end, she can only console me for however long it takes to be dejected by reality before I finally accept it. Thank you. You've done enough. Now that it's come to this, I'll become such a good lady that it'll shock even Father. I'll find an excellent man that brother can't even compare to. Oh, this is a different... What? Is this not older Eva? You can't do that. She rejected my timid thoughts. I understand. Because she is me, I understand. All Father said was that he won't let a woman succeed the headship now. But even that's just a rule Father made up. Since he made it, he can get rid of it. Human feelings can change far more often than the number of sand grains on the beach. Kraus is such a stupid man that Father's eventually gonna realize it, even if we don't prove it for him. When that happens, the wall that separates man from woman will be demolished by Father himself, who set it up in the first place. And that day will surely come. How can you be so sure? Because that's my magic. Fucking. If you just believe, this magic will surely summon a miracle. The basis of my magic is nothing more than your believing heart. If I use this magic, then surely I'll never have to doubt until the day I die that I'll eventually become the head. But I don't know if that's the right thing for Ushiromiyas Eva. Maybe I should aim to become the kind of lady Father wants, someone who can proudly participate in high society. And if I'm reborn, maybe Father will change his opinion of me. Maybe I can find my own lifestyle, just as brother has found his. And anyway, I just can't imagine my stubborn father choosing a woman like me as the head. Especially if it means skipping over Kraus. You don't believe? I was just thinking. Maybe I can't succeed the headship, but as a woman, I can have a child. And Kraus still isn't engaged. If Kraus isn't able to father a child and I give birth to one, then wouldn't that make my child the next head after Kraus? In other words, wouldn't that mean the same thing as stealing the headship from Kraus? Are you serious? Yes, I'm serious. True, it'll be very sad to abandon the resolve I've had since childhood. It pains my heart to betray you, my younger self. But this is my most realistic option. Are you throwing away your dreams? And me as well? I'm not throwing anything away. I'm an adult, and the day has come for me to part ways with you. That's right. Eva's already become an adult. She's even forgotten how to use magic, and now she's the mother of a single child. She forgot all about how magic can grant one's own dreams, and now she's forcing those dreams onto her son. Christ. Even though Father and Kraus ruined your life, you're trying to push your dreams onto your son, ruining his life. Is that what you call being an adult? George is a son I'm proud of. One who won't embarrass himself no matter where he goes. The dream I wasn't granted might come true for George. Jessica's a delinquent in both her grades and her behavior. And she's a woman. If only Jessica would step down, George would become the heir. Even saying it was painful. Am I just forcing my own regrets onto George? It's not like I have any right to look on Jessica with scorn. Wasn't I just horrible for hitting her with the same words that had caused me so much suffering? I understand. The desire to triumph over my brother is part of my own personal revenge. I can't use George for that. So I'll take revenge myself. I have a plan to cheat Kraus out of some of his money, with Rudolph and Rosa as my allies. I'll surely be able to get back at him. In any case, I'm sure that Kraus is embezzling Father's assets. What a boring plan. Why don't you just give up on that and cry yourself to sleep? We will become the Ushiromiyas family head. Don't mistake what your dream is. And believe me when I say it'll definitely come true. Believe in my magic. If I believe, I wonder if any power will dwell in that magic. It will. My magic can grant any wish with certainty. What's with this fucking magic thing? I'll believe, so create a miracle with that magic. If you don't, the hole in my heart will never heal. Okay, then listen well. Listen to my magic words and understand. If we can solve the riddle, we can become the Ushiromiyas family head. So unmute your ears and listen carefully. Is this supposed to set up Eva as the culprit for the third game? They're probably just trying to fool us. That's probably what it is. Behold the Sweetfish River running through my beloved hometown. You who seek the Golden Land, follow its path downstream in search of the key. Okay. I know that's the epitaph, but whatever. Eva, it looks like we're about to arrive. When Kyrie shook her shoulders, Eva jumped and awoke from her doze. Exclamation point. I'm sorry. I was half asleep. Sorry to scare you. Aunt Eva, you were out cold. Did you get up early this morning? Maybe. How did you all see something embarrassing? I'm sorry. Well, I'd say it's pretty impressive you were relaxed enough to sleep. Batware kept yelling, we're gonna fall, we're gonna drown. Can't get bored with this guy around. Shut up! All humans have at least one thing they're weak against. Not wrong there. For me, it's snakes, bugs, and people holding sharp objects. Batware and Jessica came in, messing around. Rudolph also made a face of this, asking, are you okay? Get a hold of yourself. When you see Dad and the rest, all that sleepiness will go right out the window. Let's all give it our best, okay? That's right. We have to keep it together, especially this year. That's it. Let's all tighten our assholes and go. Rudolph said these strict words in a small voice that only Eva could hear. Failure would not be tolerated in this year's family conference. All of their companies were hanging in the balance. Even Rudolph's face looked a little tense, like it was just peeled off and put on a cake. Fuck no, not eating that again. Goodbye, I'm gonna shoot myself. Eva's expression probably looked tense as well. Mom, I have our luggage. Let's go up onto the deck. Thank you. You really are considerate, George. Why are you thanking me so suddenly? It's not like you, Mother. Eva! George! We're there! Grab our luggage! Oh! We're there! Hey, Maria! Stop running your trip! It seemed Maria was already getting excited. She ran circles around Hideyoshi, escaping from Rosa, who was trying to catch her. They're both just running around Hideyoshi. Ring around the Hideyoshi! What is it, Mother? Do you feel sick? George, take our luggage and go on ahead. Your mother's probably feeling anemic, so I'll lend her a hand. Anemic? Isn't that blood stuff? Really? Okay, I'll head out first. Something odd in Eva's expression told Hideyoshi that it hadn't been a pleasant awakening, so he made George go on ahead. Rudolph's family and Rosa's family also went up onto the deck, leaving only Eva and Hideyoshi inside the boat. Eva had a vague expression on her face, as though she still hadn't been able to escape from her daydream. What's wrong? Why the meek face? I wonder if I'm using George as a tool for my own revenge. I wonder if my childish hostility towards Kraus has caused me to treat that child's life like a toy. Oh, what have I done? What have I... That isn't true. George is our wonderful son, and he'll always perform admirably wherever he goes. Eva, even if you let your own hopes get in the way a bit, everything turned out okay in the end, hasn't it? You haven't done anything wrong. In fact, George is grateful for the strict discipline you gave him, right? Really? Hey, really? George doesn't think I'm a terrible mother, does he? Does he? He's never said anything like that, not even once. You're just worrying too much. Hello! Hideyoshi, everyone has left the boat. Oh, did you lose something? Do you need a hand? Kumasawa had come to check on them when they hadn't gone up to the deck. Hideyoshi hid Eva behind his back so that her expression wouldn't be seen. Yeah, sorry, my necktie pin just got a bit crooked. We're fine and we'll be out in a sec. Wait outside for us. Is that so? Then I will wait outside. Even though she didn't really understand, Kumasawa realized that something had come up and disappeared so that she didn't trouble them further. If they stayed here any longer, they would probably make everyone else worry too. It's about time to go. We'll make George and the rest worry. George really doesn't despise me? Yeah, nothing of the sort. In fact, he's very grateful. Did you have a nightmare? Again? Yes. Hideyoshi knew that Eva was often tormented by nightmares, and they always grew more marked on the days leading up to the family conference. Hideyoshi knew that Eva's relationship with Kraus was still full of antagonism to the point of being traumatic, and that she still couldn't let go of the feelings she'd had as a child. That was a dream. I'm with you now. If I grasp your hand like this, the dream will go away. Right? Look, I'm holding tight. That hurts. Thank you. I'm fine now. Let's get off the boat. Yeah, let's get off the boat. Everyone's waiting for us. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I yelled at you about the smoke from your cigarettes just now. Come on, you normally wouldn't apologize for that sort of thing. You're all frail after having that dream. Don't worry about it. I was wrong for not realizing that the smoke was affecting you. Have you started to hate me? No way, no way. If I hated you after something like that, we wouldn't have lasted 3 days. Come on, stand up, stand up. Let's get off the boat. Those two have quite an interesting relationship, honestly. How'd those two meet? That's something I want to see now. Hideyoshi? Eva? Is everything alright? Are you not feeling well? This time, it was Goda. It looked like they'd kept everyone waiting too long after all. Even Eva had to stand up without grumbling now. She had to stop forcing her bad mood onto her husband and causing him any more trouble, because that wasn't something a good wife would do. Is everything okay? If it's a matter concerning your health, shall I call Dr. Nanjo? Thanks, but I'm feeling just a little anemic. I'm fine now. It's a woman's disease, don't worry about it. Come on, don't say stuff like that in front of people, it's embarrassing. Oh, sorry. Eva elbowed Hideyoshi in the gut. By that time, her normal expression had returned, which allowed Hideyoshi to relax a little. Okay. Off the boat we go. Alright. Should I keep reading? I'm gonna keep going a little bit. The bright sunlight outside almost made her dizzy. A small plank for getting off the boat was lowered, and Goda was waiting there, smiling and ready to lend them a hand. Please, Eva, your hand. Thank you. Welcome to Rokenjima. Welcome back. Oh, look, it's young Eva, smiling, trying to be cute. Welcome to Rokenjima, Island of the Witch. Welcome back. Well, that's probably a better transition. Hey, well guys, I said I was gonna go a little further, and I did for like 3 lines, so there you go. That's gonna be it for this episode. If you liked it, be sure to press the like button, and if you didn't like it, fuck you too. Remember to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all my videos and stuff. And as always, my name is Godzi, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye!